Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody had a great weekend. This is your daily reading for Monday, September 3rd, 2018. I am Morgana Braid, High Priestess of Maiden Circle, and if you'd like to learn more about Maiden Circle, go ahead and check out all the links in the description, and while you're down there, like and subscribe and click that little bell for notifications so that you can get these videos Monday through Friday whenever they are posted. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and ask for your overall energy. This is the energy that's going to tell us what your overall energy for this reading and this day is. For whoever this reading is meant for, what is their overall energy for Monday, September 3rd, 2018? Monday, September 3rd, 2018. Please and thank you. And I would like to, again, thank you for being here. Thank everyone who has joined us on these readings. And thank you, of course, to our higher selves and the beings that guide us and allow us to connect with one another so that we can guide and help each other here on Earth. So, what is your overall energy? You have conscious connections. So this card is telling you to be aware of the people that are in your circle, be aware of the people that you connect with, and also if you meet anyone new, pay attention to that relationship. Pay attention to, anything that new people say to you or old people. Listen to your friends and family more intensely. Just be a lot more aware of the people that you're dealing with. Be a lot more aware of the connections that you make today. So let's see what this might be concerning with your aspirational card. This is the card that's going to help us know the energy to strive for today, and it will also help us guide this energy and help us learn a little bit more about what this card is about. So what is your aspirational card for whatever this reading is meant for Monday, September 3rd, 2018. Monday, September 3rd, 2018. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So this card not only tells you that things could go just about any way, it also tells you that whatever happens, know that it's not forever. If whatever connection you're dealing with today isn't the most positive, know that it's going to change or that it has the potential to change. And also know that just because a person seems friendly and lively and joyful, it isn't necessarily going to always be that way. And just keep your eyes open for all the changes and accept that that's just part of life, that life has its ups, life has its downs, and we are ultimately in charge of our own destiny. We are ultimately in charge of how our relationships play out, how our connections work out. And if you're having trouble meeting people, then it's really easy to down yourself and just be like, I'm terrible. And it is also easy to be like, the universe sucks and why does this keep happening to me? And so in those kinds of situations, it's really important to look at your own behaviors and look at the choices you're making and how they're affecting your connections. So let's see what's challenging you on the physical level. This is concerning your body, your projects, your work, your friendships, relationships, how you deal and experience these things, deal with and experience. So these are your challenges on the physical, earthly realm. You have the Devil. So if this does have to do with meeting a new person, you might find some temptation. You might be lustful today. You might want to slack off from certain relationships or make other relationships more intense than you otherwise would have. Today might be just a day where you're tempted. You're tempted towards a person, or you're tempted towards some sort of physical connection. You might be a lot more concerned with yourself, a lot more, self-centered today and less interested in other people, which, being that this is in your challenge position on a conscious connection today, is probably not the best way to be. But that's possibly what you're dealing with today, is this kind of self-centered, conceited feeling, this wanting to be on top, wanting to be the best, and at the same time you're acting in self-destruction. So as good as you might be feeling, your behavior might be towards destroying relationships, burning bridges, just self-destructive behavior because of whatever this is, this feeling that you're having of being on top and of being self-centered. You're not necessarily considering the other people around you. So let's see how we can overcome this challenge. How can you overcome this particular challenge for Monday, September 3rd, 2018? You have the Knight of Pentacles, and you have the Queen of Swords. I think this is telling you to think before you act, to consider what your behaviors are drawing you to allow yourself to look past all the glittering and the light of to look past what has been making you feel this kind of manic, I can do anything I want, I'm on top of the world thing, and look at how your behaviors are affecting other people, okay? And you might be feeling like you're at the top of the world, and that's totally fine, but are you standing on other people to be there? Okay, so take the time to really consider your behaviors, consider your words, consider how you treat the people that are around you. Let your wisdom guide you. Speak as clearly as you can and as kindly as you can. Don't act without thinking today. Today is a day for you to overcome this. You're going to need to really think about your behaviors, think about how they're affecting people, and think about how your words are affecting people as well. So let's see what's challenging you on the emotional, mental, or spiritual level, and possibly what's giving you this devil may care attitude that you're experiencing today. You have the World. So you're feeling a bit trapped. Like maybe you thought this friendship or relationship or connection was going to go another way, and it didn't go the way you expected, or maybe you're just more wrapped up in it than you thought you would be, and you're at this point where you're feeling trapped in it. You're trapped in this relationship. You're trapped in this connection. And today you're just wanting to break out of that. You're wanting to find a way to escape the maze that you've dug yourself into, that you've led yourself into. And it could also be that this is just a today thing where you find yourself with a friend or with a new friend and you've gotten closer than you expected, or you're just in a place where the relationship you thought you were going to have, the connection you thought this was going to be, it's not that at all. So I think with this card, and I did just call it the World, it's actually Judgment, right? So you're actually seeing that this isn't the relationship you thought it was going to be. And everything I did say about it, it still works, you know? It's like you thought you were going to be in a certain place. You thought this connection was going to lead you to a certain outcome, and it didn't. And because of that, I do believe you're at a point where you're feeling like, what the heck ever, I'm going to do what I want then, since it didn't play out the way I thought it was going to play out, the way I wanted it to play out. So that's what's challenging you today. So let's see how you can overcome this emotional, mental, or spiritual challenge. And I think this is more on the mental level. You're just thinking a lot about how things could have been, or how you expected them to be, the way you expected things to play out, and it has not been that for you. So let's see how you can overcome this challenge. You have the Six of Pentacles, and the Devil again. So this is telling you to be aware of what you're feeding into. Be aware of where you're putting your energy into, especially if this has to do with some sort of relationship with another person, whether that's a friendship or a business relationship or romantic relationship. Okay, be aware of how you're feeding that relationship, how you're giving energy into that relationship, what you're doing to help bolster and heal that relationship, and whether or not what you're giving is more than what you're actually being asked for. Okay, it's possible you're not seeing the situation in the way that it really is. You had maybe, again, you had some expectations for it. You had some ideas for what it was going to be and what you thought it should have been, and it didn't turn out that way. And this is telling you that you weren't seeing the situation properly. You weren't seeing it the way the other person or other people were seeing it. All right, you're not getting the whole picture here, and you've been putting in more of your resources, more of your energy, more of your time without actually knowing where that's going, or without paying attention to whether or not it's appreciated or whether or not it's even wanted. Okay, so this is telling you to be aware of that and to be careful about that, to maybe take a few steps back, open your eyes, understand that you're not seeing the whole situation, understand that you wanted more out of this than what was actually being offered to you. And now you're at a point where you've given so much, and you need to take a minute. You need to think about your behaviors, think about all of the things that you're doing, because you haven't been seeing it clearly. Now that you're aware of this, now that you're aware of how much you've been giving, now that you're aware of the source of this confusion, the source of this feeling of being lost in or stuck or mired into this situation, you can be more capable of fixing it. Okay, again, it's entirely in your control. The outcome of this situation is dependent on your behaviors, and right now your behaviors are not reflecting what you truly desire, which is to know where you're going, to know that your actions and your investments are worth something. Right now you're investing more than what's being asked of you, and you're behaving a bit erratically. So let's see what your energy is to end this day. And I mean, it could just be that today is a holiday in the States. So you could just be feeling devil may care because whatever. But then there's this kind of drama that you found yourself rolled up into that's making it, a lot more complicated. And, other people are involved, so it's always going to be a little more complicated anyway, because other people are there. And you are at a position where you need to think about how you deal with those other people. Think about how you behave towards other people, how you talk to people, how you communicate with them. So let's see what your energy is to close out this Monday. How are we going to end this Monday, September 3rd, 2018? You have the 8 of Wands and the High Priestess. Is this telling you to let go and let be? I know that's hard to do for a lot of people, but whatever actions you've taken, they're heading towards an outcome, and the ball is already rolling. There's nothing you can do about it. Whatever you're trying to deal with, whatever you're trying to either escape or here, and whatever it is that you feel like you've gotten yourself kind of too stuck in, you might be, and you can get out of this situation just by going with the flow. Okay, accept that you don't know everything and allow yourself to be open to possibilities of changes. Okay, Allow yourself to accept that you're not going to know everything and that you're not going to be in control of everything, especially, okay? You're kind of spiraling. You're behaving wildly because you're feeling stuck and you can't control the situation and you keep putting your energy into it. And of course, this is telling you to be aware of that because you're not actually seeing the whole situation. You're not actually seeing what this is going to become. And because of that, you're putting in more energy than is necessary at this moment. And your job right now is to allow the success that will come to you to come to you. Allow yourself to not know all the answers and know that change is happening regardless of what you do. Change is going to come, and your actions today could lean either way. They could lead you to positive if you are able to consider your actions and consider how you communicate with people, and to allow yourself to go forth with kind behaviors, and to share your knowledge and share your abundance, and not to be so self-centered and so concerned with just yourself. Open yourself up to other people, then you can have a positive outcome. But whatever it is that you do today, this is going to get the ball rolling. Something's going to start. It's going to bring change for you, and you need to be okay with being open to possibilities, with not knowing the exact outcome, but knowing that you're going to be okay. Knowing that there is more to come, that there is change coming for you, and this change can be positive change. That is your reading for Monday, September 3rd, 2018. Thank you guys so much for being here. Know that I love you, and I will always, always, always appreciate any comments, likes, and subscribes. And if you are interested in getting your monthly reading, that's also going up today, either before or after this video. So go ahead and check that out after you watch this one. And I'll see you tomorrow. Remember always that I love you. Bye.